We are the Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea.
It's true. We're from Long Island, so we say, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? We are here in Southampton.
At the impeccable Garden City Hotel. We're in the middle of the vines.
Yes.
Because it's Memorial Weekend, so
It's
there's
kickoff. We're here. It's summertime. Long Island Wine of the Week.
But everyone's stopping for Sonia in your city.
I am very happy to have made Newsday's Top 100.
Brand new supersized episode with celebrity guests.
With songwriting, we all go through hard times and bad days.
I'm so excited to be, on Long Island.
Welcome back to a very special edition of Long Island Tea Podcast. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, our first podcast of 2023. I had to think about the year.
Yeah, me too. And I haven't written it yet.
No.
It's so weird.
Nope. And also, we've been off for 3 weeks.
I know.
Because, the filming lag a little bit, the taping. So everyone's like, wait, is it going to be one this week or next week? I'm like, you got to wait another week.
Yeah, sorry.
Did you miss us?
Sorry.
I feel like people might have missed us.
Yeah, I think they did.
I did.
I missed us. Seriously, last week I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. Oh, no.
I know. I don't know what to do on Tuesdays. But it's a new year, and we're going to kick it off by saying, it's been 3 weeks, Sharon. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
How are you doing in 2023? I mean, what a way to kick off the new year.
Oh, my gosh.
Which is January, by the way, which is Wellness Month here on the pod.
Right. We claimed that last year. I think
we said we were going to do Wellness Month. And I like that it was Wellness Month and not like New Year, New You or fitness. Exactly. Because no one wants that.
Right. It's it's so funny. It's like New Year, New You. It's like, no. Same.
Yeah. And in case you're wondering, Sharon and I still are not practicing dry January.
No.
We're still like, no, that's dumb.
It's not happening.
I know. So how was your break?
It was good. It was long, and it was I think everybody felt ready to come back when it was time to come back. And then, after you're back, you're like, I miss my couch.
Yeah, I would say re-entry was hard.
It was
a nice long break, and then I felt like when the astronauts come back and the atmosphere and almost burn.
Yes.
It's very treacherous.
If
it's
right.
life or death on your way in. When I
was
like, whoa.
I saw this meme. Reese Witherspoon did it, and she was like, coming back after winter break, and my emails are 1,500 emails in my inbox, and she's walking out the door waving bye.
yeah, exactly. I'm already over it.
No.
It was fun to be back and see everybody, but I was immediately wow. It was very, Thomas said the same thing about the first day back. It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
You're like, what's my password again?
Right.
What was I working on? And then you're all your emails, and you're I can't. And then all of a sudden your entire break is a distant memory.
A blank. Exactly.
I'm like, what happened?
But I know you and I both, and a ton of the team was out already checking their emails while they're on break and stuff. But still, didn't matter.
Yeah, I always do that because I don't want to be.
You don't want to come back to
yes,
mayhem.
To me, I would rather. But I think what I did a good job of this time, although it's still kind of hampering me a little bit now, is I read everything, but I didn't necessarily respond. And so I deleted the things that were, not needing a response, and I read all the threads, and I read everything, and but I was like, that can wait.
Yeah, that's a 2023 problem.
Exactly. And now I'm I think people think that maybe, I passed during the break because it's the end of the week and I still haven't had a chance to respond. I'm like, did she quit? Is she
right? Remember
still
that?
Here?
There was people that thought you left. That's so funny.
Oh, that happened one time. They're Kristen resigned. She's not there anymore.
Created rumors, rumor mill.
I'm still here. I'm like, did I?
I'm here.
I'm right here.
Sharon, I still have a job.
I mean, are you telling me something or no?
Oh my God,
so it was a really great long break. I did what I said I was going to do, which was I slept a lot.
Yes, that's amazing.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
If I do say so myself, of course, I had all these big plans. I'm going to go to a bar every day.
Yeah.
No.
Do the challenge.
Every day I was like, no. I think I went 3 times. I think I walked my dog once. I was like, do I want to? and the weather was nice.
We had great weather. I went to the beach with the kids, and it was amazing. I let them take
it's
their.
weird.
I know.
We're hot right now.
I know, it's hot.
Oh my God. Anyway, so perfect place to kick off 2023 Wellness Week. And if you're wondering what that rushing water is behind us, we're at the Gurney's Seawater Spa
and Resort. It's absolutely stunning.
I mean, you know, Sharon, Gurney's.
You know.
Gurney's, and this is it's in Montauk, which is in the Hamptons on the East End. It's like they call Montauk the End.
The End.
And Gurney's is like a historic. I don't know if it's historic, but it's the premier resort out here.
Yeah.
And for me, it's my I can say it's my favorite place. It's where Thomas and I got married.
Yes, I know, and it's so beautiful.
So I love being here. Every time somebody comes, I'm like, you have not, in my opinion, you've not seen Long Island unless you've seen Gurney's. Even if you just stop here for a cocktail on the deck or in the restaurant and just look at the ocean.
Oh my gosh. It's so peaceful. Yeah. Literally, you come up that hill, you make the turn into the parking lot, and you're like, I've arrived. I've arrived.
Love. And kicking off Wellness Month, we're here at Gurney's because they actually just recently announced the renovation of their $20 million Seawater spa.
Isn't it amazing?
And we're here.
Well, I mean, just to see what it was prior.
Oh my God.
And then now it's unbelievable.
Spectacular, people. Okay, so and here's what I'm saying. The winter is the perfect time to do this.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a rainy kind of cloudy day behind us. So you don't have FOMO. You're not wishing you were at the beach.
Right.
You don't need to go anywhere. Have yourself a spa day, spa weekend, girls weekend. Everybody's into rejuvenation after the crazy holidays.
Yes.
And if we look greasy and oily and maybe splotchy,
disheveled a little,
it's because we we came this morning and actually had spa treatments.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
What was yours?
I got a facial.
Oh, yeah. Which is amazing because you look incredible.
Thank you.
If I have a facial, you can't see me in public for at least 6 hours.
Well, it was funny because she's like, "Are you allergic to anything?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's see." And I'm like, "Oh, let's
see."
I don't know if that's a good idea. We're recording.
Maybe.
I'm like, "No, I don't think I'm allergic to anything." But you never know. But it was my first facial. I've never had a facial in my life before. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you did it.
She's so amazing, and she. It was hydrofacial, but it was they used this incredible tool. We're gonna put it on our stories. It was just, I feel like I'm glowing. It's
your skin looks amazing.
I loved it.
That's awesome.
What did you have?
I did the seawater, something like that body scrub. Let me just tell you. It was amazing. I felt like a reptile coming out of my skin.
Oh
my skin was shedding. I was like, woo.
That's amazing.
And I use an exfoliant in the shower every, I have a lot of stuff that I get from our black owned businesses that I love. It's handmade.
The sugar scrubs.
Yes, I love them. But no, the one here, first of all, I was in their special indoor outdoor shower room.
Oh my God, you got that room?
Yes.
Lucky duck.
I got the special. She walked back there and was like, ooh. I'm in another room.
Oh my gosh.
So it's the couple's room, and there's indoor outdoor bathtub and shower.
Amazing.
Because when you get the scrub, you have to rinse it off.
Okay.
In the shower. Mm-hmm. So she scrubs you with salt, and then massages you, and then puts this incredible oil, and then you rinse it off, and then she lotions and hydrates.
Oh my gosh,
girl. My skin is
glowing,
20 years ago.
I love it. Okay? I love it.
And the good news is I think Thomas is going to love it, and then he's going to be like, "You need to get those more often."
Yeah, that's an amazing news, right? He's going to be like, you should do that all the time.
Yes, sir. If you insist.
Yeah, Michael. I came down, and Michael's like, "Your skin looks so amazing. You should totally do that once a month."
Yeah,
and I'm
sure. Okay. Yeah. I have time.
Well, I can afford it.
No, you're I have one of those subscriptions to the spa place, the monthly one. Mm-hmm. No. I haven't been.
Right.
I keep telling Thomas, we've got to cancel it. I'm I have a year's worth of those.
Bank them? Bank the credits and stuff?
I have a year's worth.
And you can give them to people.
No, I don't know that you can't. Well, maybe. But I'm I'm just stop payment.
Stop. Cancel
Let
subscription.
Me use the ones I have. Anyway, but no, it's awesome. And the cool thing about the spa as we were walking around is that, and we're going to tell you a bunch of other stuff about our break and stuff, but this spa is it's called, what did he say? Salt, sea, and sand.
Yes, the perfect trifecta,
We're here at the pool.
Yeah.
We're at the pool where you can hear the running water with the ocean behind us, ocean views of the incredible Atlantic Ocean in Montauk. It's, that article came out again in the Today Show Instagram, and it was just being around water. The studies show immediately
Calming.
relaxes you. So,
Yes.
of course, if you're looking for wellness, just go to the beach and just chill, or come here to Gurney's, but if you can. But so being here, sea, salt, and sand, and that's all about the ocean. And this pool is like salt water. It's literally, they have their own well, and they bring in the water. It's
From
the
the
only one
ocean.
in North America. Ocean water, filtered swimming pool.
Amazing. Have you swam in that before?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you're talking about your skin feeling so
Yeah.
amazing. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. That's like unbelievable. It's the only one in North America.
Yeah. I mean, this is worth the trip right there.
Right?
Yeah. And then the Himalayan salt wall of that
I was
one
gonna
room.
just talk about that. Like, so cool, because not only is it the Himalayan salt wall, but then they push salt air
through the filters or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't. We're butchering
Talk
the
about
actual facts here.
detoxing your body from toxins and things like that. That's like really amazing.
The salt and the sand is an exfoliant, and the seawater. It's so sustainable and environmentally friendly. Anyway, thank you, Gurney's, for asking us to come out and experience your new incredible seawater spa. And plus the resort is just, it's of course my magical place, because my heart is here.
We just love it.
And Montauk in general, and we just love the east end of Long Island, especially in the winter. And again, there's no better time. And I know we're in January and it's Wellness January, but let's be real, Valentine's Day is around the corner.
Yeah.
Start thinking now. Also, if you completely biffed your Christmas present or something, like, listen, you can do, this is the best do-over.
Absolutely.
You can think. And little teaser, we're going to be doing some crazy giveaways.
Wait a minute. Unbelievable giveaways, like crazy.
No, Sharon and I are like, we can't enter to win this,
right?
Are
we allowed?
I want to win this giveaway.
Oh my gosh.
You have to follow our Instagram. But it's 2 night stays at Gurney's, a basket of beauty products from Gurney
in their spa.
There's dinner for 2 here at the incredible Ocean View restaurant, Scarpetta's. So and then it's going to be Hot Tea Day next week.
National Hot Tea Day.
And we're going to be giving away a lot of our hot tea swag too.
Yep.
So you need to be following all of our social, but definitely at Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram. And Michael is going to be just like making all of your lives so much better.
So much
with
better.
giveaways and all of your friends. So tune into that. So anything significant like happened so it was so
During the
great for
break?
me. Yeah. During the break, having Kenzie home.
Right.
By the way, Kenzie leaves this weekend.
I know, you're in such denial.
I am wrecked.
I know.
And
I know, because
it's-
that's a long time to have her back.
It's rough.
And then she's got to go back again,
I just love, I walked into her room this morning before I left, and she's sleeping, and just knowing her door's closed and she's in there.
Yeah. Is so comforting.
I mean, listen, I don't even want to talk about these negative stories that are in the media right now, because we're all about good energy this month, and I don't want to talk about bad energy.
Right.
But there's some stories about college students and stuff, and it's so horrific to even wrap your mind around. And when you're a parent, the one thing I always say is being a parent is like wearing your heart on the outside, because they're walking around.
Right.
They're out in the open, and that's your whole life. And she's going to get on the plane and go back, and it's much better than last time.
Yeah.
She's excited.
Good.
She likes it. She has her friends. She has a sorority. It's all good.
She's doing amazing there, so that's awesome. But
she likes it. She's not dreading. But it's like,
there goes my baby.
I know.
Yeah.
So having them here was really, having all the kids in my house was so amazing.
Well, you did some fun stuff with them, right?
Yeah, we went to the city a couple times. I'd never been to Hudson Yards, so we did that.
You did that? Did you walk around the whole thing?
No. I looked at that.
So awesome.
No, I went shopping. You can. I think you can't go high up it. No, you're right. They closed the top, but there were people walking around it.
Yeah, that's what Dan and I did for my birthday.
Oh.
We walked. He showed me the whole thing. It was awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And at Christmas, it was so pretty with the lights and everything.
Did you go to that wine bar right there?
No.
I'm surprised.
What?
There was like a little winery.
What?
Yeah.
No, and let me tell you, the food court, I was on the struggle bus at the food court.
I know. Like
it was not
It was
easy.
weird. When we were there during the summertime, it was August, and they had food trucks.
There was food trucks outside. There was some restaurants inside, but it was very complicated. So I would have relished a wine bar. I was like,
oh, it was
driving
good.
in the city and to and from the city. I was like, I need a cocktail.
Right.
No, but that was fun. So we had our big New Year's Eve party.
Mm-hmm. I've been meaning to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Did you see my Facebook? Is that why?
Yes.
So yeah, It was great.
Okay.
But listen, it was New Year's Eve, and I'd hosted cheer parties and Christmas, Eve for everybody and Christmas it's wonderful. The holidays are wonderful, but as a parent, we spend a lot of time making it magical.
Yes.
Decorating and making sure everybody's happy and it was a lot. It was a lot of Costco trips for all these parties and kids being over all the time. And so it was wonderful. And then we're watching, and it was packed, like 20-something kids. It was great.
Awesome. I love that.
It was just us and our friends, the Martinis. So there were only 2 other adults, and all the kids running around, and they were having the best time. And then they were in and out. So we were playing Rock Band, just the adults,
I love it.
And then, because the kids got bored watching the TV, so we were coming in and out. We played trivia for a while. We had fun. And then countdown time, right? So we're watching it, and we were flipping around. Like, we always flip back and forth between the ball, like Ryan Seacrest and Andy and whatever, the CNN. And we flipped to CNN for 5 seconds, and it was like the most depressing show I'd ever seen.
Right?
I was like, terrible. Immediately no. So we flipped back, and then I was like, wait, there's a new show with Miley and Dolly. So then we flipped to Miley and Dolly, and everyone was like transfixed because Miley looked so hot. And Dolly was amazing. And
Dolly looked so hot, too. I cannot believe that.
And Miley was like singing. It was wildly entertaining and amazing. And we were all like, oh my God, this is so cool. And so all the kids had come back in, and they're all sitting on the couches, and we're standing in the kitchen. And I was like, I got this last minute harebrained. I was like, oh, I need to make sure everybody has, a champagne toast.
Right. So we get all the champagne.
Right. And so I had cider for the kids, and then for the for the older kids, I had like a little thing of champagne. So I'm like trying to organize all the champagne toast at the last second, and who gets cider and who gets this. And I was doing, and then as I'm doing that, like rushing around, literally at like 11:59, Kenzie starts freaking out because she's like, they're doing the countdown, Mom, and I'm watching Miley and Dolly, and this is a total New York attitude. I just assumed they would switch back to the ball.
You're right.
I just assumed that the countdown would go back to the Times Square ball. Yeah. I don't know where Miley and Dolly was even filmed, but there was, and maybe some kind of something dropped at midnight, but there was no Times Square ball.
I think it was pre-recorded.
I don't know what happened.
But I don't think it was live. I think it was pre-recorded.
It was not the Times Square ball. And everyone had a chaotic freak out meltdown in my house and was like screaming at each other, where's the remote? Where's the remote? And no one could find it because it was buried in the couch, and 20 kids just came inside. So everyone's looking for it, and we missed it.
Oh no.
We missed it. And then everyone's like
screaming.
I can't believe it. Why are we watching this show? And nothing?
Oh my God.
Because we always do like dun 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 dun, the kick. Everybody sings New York, New York. Missed it. I was in blackout rage.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would have.
Kenzie was screaming at everybody. She was mad.
Yeah,
because I ruined her. I've ruined her. New Year's now. New Year's will never be the same. Our whole year is ruined.
Oh my God.
Our whole year is off to a bad start. And so I flipped out because I still hadn't even handed out.
You still have
the thing. So I like dump all the solo
cups. You were flipping bottles
yeah, I was flipping tables, and then I went to bed. I had a huge freak out about how nobody helps me. I was like done with the holidays at that point. I'm like, you know what? Nobody helps me. I'm at Costco 45 times. Find the remote. That's all you have to do. You have to do one thing. God. And so I literally, I think embarrassed the kids. I screamed at everybody. And then I went to bed.
That's so funny.
And
we literally had
Happy New Year. 2023.
We had a friend of ours over. We had Jen and her husband over for a little dinner party and sushi and stuff. And we had the best time. And then towards the end of the night, everybody left. It was fine. And then I went to go pour myself another glass of wine. I'm like, nah, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Just go to bed.
Yeah.
Just shut it down.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. That sounds. A couple days later, it was just me and Thomas and the girls and sitting around watching movies. And I'm like, this is better.
Yeah.
I don't always have to do the giant party.
Yeah.
And look, the clock is ticking on the kids being even around and wanting to come to our house because they're all graduating and getting older. So
it was funny because Everly, who's 3, literally, she stayed up for the ball. She stayed up.
Oh
she took a nap that day, and I let her take a long nap that day. And she stayed up for the ball, and then literally 12:01, she laid on the couch and went to sleep.
Me and Everly, same schedule.
Exactly.
Same plan. And so the next morning, I'm like, I freaked out, and Thomas is like, in kind of an epic fashion.
Yeah,
you really went out with a bang.
I love it.
I was just so because I wanted it to be.
You want it to be perfect.
I worked so hard, and I planned so much, and everybody does this.
Yeah.
And then it was like, at the last minute, it was like, we missed it.
Right.
And then I felt better because I saw, apparently this has been a thing. I've seen a lot of people talking about the Miley show, and a lot of people missed it.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people put it on my
pissed.
Facebook, and they're like, we thought it was going to go back to the ball, too. I don't know why I think that, because that's just like in New York.
They didn't do that.
You have to watch Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, the Ryan Seacrest. But even CNN shows the ball in the background and like counts down. But anyway, so I was like, never again. But then I saw that CNN in Central Time Zone apparently missed it too. They messed up and missed the countdown, and they were filming in New Orleans, and the guy was singing like "Back That Ass Up."
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It went longer, and there was a confusion, and they'd missed the countdown, so they rang in 2023 singing "Back That Ass Up." So I feel like at least we weren't doing that.
I mean?
We were counting down
everybody's
with Miley
like,
and
all
Dolly,
right, 2023. Although, like, I love the Miley and Dolly show, but
was
like,
awesome.
Dolly should not sing Wrecking Ball. Like, you ever see the video to Wrecking Ball?
Oh yeah.
So you're like, Dolly, now, honey.
Dolly, did you see the Dolly Christmas special?
No.
It was really weird. It was right. Michael says it was almost like everyone was being held hostage.
Yes, this was a couple of years ago, right?
No, it was this year.
Okay.
I would say Google it, but just don't.
Yeah.
Just, if you didn't see it, because I love
Dolly,
Dolly too. I don't think you would love her as much if you watched the Christmas special.
Yeah.
It was really weird. She sings this one song, and she had apparently her family, her sisters there, and they were all like, they all looked like they were being forced, like prisoners of war, to say something.
Funny.
And then she sang this whole song about like how you can't choose your family, and she's like, sometimes they're not right, they're this, they're that.
Oh,
and I was like, what is happening here?
Did you see that TikTok? Speaking of Christmas, and I know we're over that Christmas.
Yeah.
But did you see that TikTok of the guy coming into the living room and seeing all the presents under the tree, and he's like yelling to his wife, like he was sincerely pissed, and he's like, "What do you think? We won the lottery? What do we win the lottery? Who's these gifts for?" And it's like the wife and all of her sisters sitting on the couch saying, "We have a big family. They're all coming any minute."
Speaking of the lottery,
yeah,
it's big again.
what is it up to?
It's going to be $1 billion again. Probably.
My
It was
God.
like 900 and something million today before the day's over. So I think it's going to be almost. We stopped.
You
We
did?
stopped here in Montauk. Have you ever been to the 7-Eleven in Montauk?
Yeah, I love it.
I was trying to tell Thomas. I was like, the 7-Eleven in Montauk. Have you guys been? It's magical.
It is magical.
It is the best
You
7-Eleven.
can find the funnest stuff there.
Because everyone stops there on the way in. It's right the first thing right when you come into Montauk. It's summer, so they sell great merch. Summer, like everything fun for the summer, like boogie boards
like
and
random, like sunglasses.
random. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm like
like beach toys.
I'm like, we're gonna stop at the world's greatest 7-Eleven
It
and
is
get
the
some
world's
lottery
greatest.
tickets.
How about did you see the best pizza on your way in?
Yes.
That is literally the best pizza.
No, I know.
Like literally,
You told me that.
It's amazing. Like
And I heard about it. It's like a subsidiary or something, like an offshoot from a Brooklyn pizza place.
yeah, and you go there and they literally like give you a bucket of crayons and let the kids go to town, like writing on the walls and stuff like that. But literally, the pizza is the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
You said that, and I was like, I was tempted to go there tonight, but then I think we should just eat here.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, it was hilarious. We also went and saw your sister with Kenzie
did,
when she was here
yes.
to get her hair done.
Yeah.
In fact, we did that that's another reason I was like stressing on New Year's Eve, because
You did it on New Year's Eve.
yeah,
That's
we did it on
right.
New Year's Eve, and I was like, Kenzie, just go by yourself, just drive it. And she's like, I don't want to drive, and
It's
she's
far,
not used to it.
yeah.
It's far. And then plus, thank God she didn't, because it was really foggy. And I
yeah.
pretty much almost ran someone off the road on doing one of those
That's the
loop-de-loop
thing.
things.
Like, I do not like to be out on the road on
New Year's Eve, and,
I don't.
and like the dense fog.
Right.
I was glad I drove her, but we saw Kathy, and so that was good. And she's going back to ASU, so it was nice. I told Kathy, I'm like, I need to come see you soon, because whatever's happening here is not.
I love it. I love it.
It's like,
It's so funny. Like I love your hair now.
oh really?
Yeah, I love the color. I love like everything.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, Kathy's going to help me make it even better. But it's funny because I was thinking I still go back to Arizona, when I can, to see my
Yeah,
hairstyles.
yeah.
But Kenzie won't. Kenzie
That's
comes
so
here.
funny.
She waits to come see
Aw,
Kathy.
that's so
She's
funny.
because Kathy has the same kind of hair as she
Yes,
does, like
she knows
really
how to
thick
cut
and
it.
curly. She's like, no one knows my hair like Kathy.
Right.
So,
Aw.
I mean, just shout out to Kathy's hair boutique in
So
Babylon
cute.
on Main
Aw.
Street, because she does an amazing job, and I love her. What else happened over the holidays? Anything? I can't even One more thing about Kenzie. She made the dean's list,
Oh,
which is big.
are you kidding?
Yeah, she
When
made the
did you
dean's
find
list her
out?
first semester, just like last week.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, and someone tried to steal her identity. Apparently, we got a letter from the IRS.
a lot of people did, I think.
That somebody tried to submit like a tax return, a W-2.
That happened. That's so wild. That happened to Kathy.
What?
I swear to God, that's so
I didn't
wild.
talk to her about it.
Yeah.
So it's funny because we tried to. They're like, call this number within 30 days. So we called. We first of all made sure it wasn't a scam.
Right.
You know,
right.
you can look at the envelope and look at the postage and Google
Yeah.
the number and all that. And we had to do that because I was like, what? And then we tried to call it, and they were like, you know, you sit on the recording. You got to love the IRS.
Oh, yeah.
You sit on the recording, and they're like, make sure it's this form and this number, and it was, and they're like, okay, and please hold, and they're like, we cannot take your call. Call back another day.
The call volume is unbelievable.
Like, what?
No, it's that and the unemployment office.
Oh,
because
of
that
course.
happened to me. Somebody like claimed unemployment under my name during like COVID. It was like I don't know what happened, but it was.
Can
like
I
a
just
big
tell you?
thing.
I don't even know if I should tell you the story, but I'm going to tell it. Alyssa might cut it. But speaking of that, you know, my dad's crazy. My dad's a character. You guys all met my dad. He told me this story a couple years ago.
love your
So somebody sent him an unemployment check from like, I don't even know what state, Pennsylvania or something.
Right,
He's in Arizona.
right.
They sent him like a reimbursement to his home address.
Right.
For like thousands of dollars.
Right.
And he's like, oh my God, what do I do?
I hit live.
It's like a check.
Yeah.
And he was confused because he was like, I don't work there. I didn't do business. So, you know, he didn't know what to do. So he deposited the check into like a bank account. Like he opened up a bank account, deposited the check, and let it sit there for a while.
Just to see if anybody was
Yeah.
like, hey.
And then nothing happened for weeks. And so then he just, it made him super nervous.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so what'd you do? And he didn't tell me this till months later. And he's like, so, you know, I withdrew it in a cashier's check, and I just mailed a cashier's check back to the unemployment office of the Pennsylvania. I know. Michael's dad. I'm like, what?
What? Nobody called you
I'm
on that?
what? You put it in a cashier's check
Oh my
and
God.
just mailed it. Attention, no one. Tens of thousands of dollars to the unemployment
Oh
office
my
of that
God.
state. Like you literally just gave some worker a ton of money.
Oh my God, that's
I'm like,
insane.
Why? My head exploded.
Like, call me.
I know.
I'll help you.
He was like, I just didn't want it in my account. I just didn't like it. It made me. I didn't understand it. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh.
Then
That's
call the office and say what, like, hey, this is the deal. Can I return it to somebody specific or whatever? But like, just cashier's check, mailed
so
it.
funny. I think
Never
I think,
looked back. I'm like, what?
And he got like so nervous, and he's not nervous about sending a cashier's check.
Yeah.
Like
Just in the mail. Just God knows who got that money.
That's so
but it,
funny.
it
You're
wasn't
right.
me.
Like
I'm
some
what
employee at the unemployment office is like,
Yeah, Michael's like, I'm just
jumping
gonna
in the
jump
salt
in the
water.
pool because
he's like, I need a cleanse.
what? I won't even off the line. I'll tell you how much it was, but it was a lot. And I'm like, I can't. I'm like,
know,
that's Kenzie's like college.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Cool. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
Good plan.
That's
but you know,
funny.
you gotta watch. You gotta watch for those scams.
You do.
Okay.
And like the senior citizen scans, like those are crazy.
Yeah, because senior citizens like my dad are like, I don't know, I'm just gonna mail it back and here's a
I
check.
went to Target during Christmas, obviously, like 50,000 times a day to Target. Oh, I need this. I forgot I got this gift. And there was a senior couple definitely buying like a lot of gift cards, like way too many.
Oh.
And I'm like, do I say anything
Yeah.
to them? And, you know,
Because
I'm
that's
like,
that scam that's like, we
Yes.
need you to buy gift cards.
Yeah, I was so nervous. And then, so I'm texting my friend, my girlfriend. I'm like, there's definitely like an elderly couple in front of me trying to buy like 25 gift cards of over $500, like whatever.
Oh my God.
And she's like, Sharon, it's like the gift card deal at Target. It's like get 50% off or whatever now. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
But you know what? That's nice of you to be watching out for
I was
people.
so nervous. I felt
but
so
then
bad.
you also can't be like, excuse me, why are you buying those gift
Right, like,
cards?
nobody called you, right?
Because they're going to be like, okay, stranger danger.
Exactly.
Get away from them. They're going to think you're the scam artist.
Yeah.
So you have to be
Crazy.
careful. We are back. We are not doing dry January, as I mentioned. We are back to drinking Long Island wine.
Yes, we are.
Because you know what? That's part of mental wellness,
Yes.
too, is getting a spa treatment one day with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Having a glass of wine, having a nice dinner, being with your friends.
love it.
And so we are drinking, tell us, Sharon.
2021 Paumanok Vineyards Chenin Blanc. This is a fresh, crisp and racy with flavors of grapefruit and pineapple and more subtle notes of melon, apple, and guava. Oh, yes.
Guava, that's what you did. Yeah. So Paumanok is where we did one of our remotes, and it's so beautiful. Beautiful.
We did it up on the top deck.
Yeah.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
I love Paumanok. And Kareem there, the owner, he's so sweet.
He's so sweet.
And you know what else 2023 is? The 50th anniversary of Long Island Wine Country.
We need to do more remotes.
Oh, I think we will. Listen, and also a lot's coming. And we had a great call with them, and they're having a bunch of events to celebrate.
Okay, awesome.
To commemorate the 50th anniversary.
Perfect.
And of course, Discover Long Island is front and center to make sure that we're supporting them and part of those events. So you're going to be hearing a lot about Long Island Wine Country.
Because it's their 50th anniversary. That's amazing.
So let me just tell you, if you're thinking about going out to the vineyards, hurry. Because it's going to be a busy year.
It is going to be, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of events. It's going to be very crowded. So right now is the time to go. Go to liwines.com or check them out on winefolly.com because you can also learn all about the terroir and, you know, the vintages.
I love it. That's so funny. You just reminded me that the therapist today was like, I'm going to get you décolletage. And I was like, oh, I forgot about that word. Okay.
Décolletage. In case you know what décolletage is, it's your chest.
Yeah.
And
neck.
And it is important, especially for older women like me. And
like she said, she's like, you want it all to match.
You don't realize, and especially they're saying when you're supposed to do your skin, your moisturizer, you're supposed to go ahead and moisturize your chest because things can really identify your age.
Yes.
I mean, women take care of their skin and their faces and their Botox and all that, but when you're like a leather,
oh yeah,
you're like,
leather
immediately, and your hands too, and your hands can be really.
Excess product, you can just go right into your hands.
Yeah, excess, and Michael says excess products, just when you're done wiping your face, put it in your hands. And I'm glad you said that, Michael, because it's Wellness Month, right? So every week we're going to have wellness experts on the pod. So tune in every week because we've got some really great wellness experts coming your way, and we're going to talk about, you know, that kind of stuff, beauty, you know, fitness, but also like, I'm trying to think about this one expert that's going to be on next week. She talks about like prioritizing yourself, but not doing it with grace, not putting too much pressure on yourself.
Right.
I love her. She has, we'll talk about her next week, but her Instagram's like, you know, you can have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's about balance.
It is about balance. And I watched a little segment on the news the other day, and it was like, you know, if you're one of those people that are like making New Year's resolutions about like a healthier new you, blah, 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 you know, take it slow. You know, if you're not ready to jump in, and don't beat yourself up, try again tomorrow, try again next week. Yeah. You know, like, it's okay to take your journey slow to a better, healthier you. Yeah. At the same time, you know, be cognizant.
You want to be healthy, but you don't have to go crazy.
Right.
You know who else is back today? We're back today. You know who else was back today? Al Roker was back.
Oh, was
Speaking of some celebrity.
Oh.
Al Roker was back. And man, on the Today Show, they were talking about he was near death.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were kind of not telling you.
What exactly happened?
So he had blood clots. I guess he had stomach pains that turned out to be blood clots. And they thought he went in for one surgery, which turned out to be like 4 different surgeries. Oh my God. And really, I mean, they were telling you today, like, it was really way more serious than anyone ever said. And he's back. He's got a pep in his step. So listen,
good for him.
With all the crazy news that's going on out there right now.
Speaking of people who are coming back, is the Buffalo Bills football player.
Oh, my God. Did you watch that game?
I didn't watch the game, but I've been hearing all about it. He's 24 years old. Unbelievable.
Tip-top shape.
Tip-top shape. And this freak accident happens.
Heart attack. Yeah.
He went into cardiac arrest because I listened to this one show about it, and they were saying it's the timing of his heartbeat and when the impact hit caused him to go into cardiac arrest, where they were talking about the EMT who did the CPR. He did CPR for 9 minutes.
It's so scary. That to me, I was like, whoa.
Right.
Also, why did it take that long? Like, there's got to be ambulances there. It's an NFL game.
Right. So I think,
why did it take 9 minutes? It should have taken 90 seconds.
Right. Right.
When you start doing CPR, the ambulance should be there.
Yeah. He showed huge improvement. He's writing. He's able to write. And he said, who won the game? And the doctor was like, you won the game of life, my friend.
Yeah, There's a lot of controversy around that. But and then Jeremy Renner
I know.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, so Jeremy Renner had he's like a actor.
He's
like
Hawkeye.
Yeah, he's like kind of a Jason Bourne guy. He was he's a what's it called? An action movie star. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's in Reno, Nevada. He owns his own snowplow, which is like awesome. And he stopped to help a stranded motorist and got out of his car to help, and then was run over by his own snowplow. I don't know what happened, but it's like, listen, we don't want to put negative energy out, right? We're positive energy.
Wellness January.
We sound, you know what we're reminding me of? We're reminding me of if you watched Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper on New Year's Eve, it was the most depressing show.
Let's
they literally talked about like they
turn
not
it
only
around.
were they not drinking, which was problem number one,
Right.
which Sharon and I would never do to you.
No, sorry.
But the second thing is they had people write in with like terrible stories about people that have passed, and they were reading them. They were like, my so-and-so passed away. There's all these horrible stories. And then like, they were like right after midnight, they were like, Anderson Cooper started talking about like hangings in Iraq
I can't
and how
believe that.
terrible it was. And you're like, what?
Happy New Year.
We don't want to do
I
that.
have some good news.
Okay, tell me.
It's a confession.
Okay, I love this.
I just started watching Yellowstone.
Oh my God, good.
And I am obsessed.
Yeah.
Like obsessed.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
like I binge it, and
I
it's
haven't
terrible.
started the new season yet.
So
It's
I
so
know
good.
I'm only on like season 2, but like I couldn't wait to tell you because
Oh my God, I'm so glad.
the
It's
younger
so good.
Kevin Costner. Oh my God,
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner too. Yeah.
Oh, you mean his son?
No, like when they go back and forth in the beginning couple episodes.
Oh.
And he's like he plays the younger version of him.
oh.
I don't know who that actor is, and I'm like, I love that man.
It's so cute. So funny enough, one of my favorite all-time movies is Legends of the Fall.
Oh yes.
And we were watching all these movies, and the girls, Kenzie and Tegan, decided to, for some reason, they decided to binge watch Star Wars.
Why?
Like literally.
Oh, okay, so did they do it in chronological
Yeah.
order? Okay.
Literally from the very first Star Wars,
Okay.
all the way to the end, and it was cool. I mean, it was like a cool thing for them to do over the
Yeah.
break. And so they were like, "What else should we watch?" And I was like, "We're looking at older kind of period movies, and they like that." And I was like, "We should watch Legends of the Fall." And they'd seen it before, and Mackenzie's kind of seen it, but not recently, right? When they were littler. And I wouldn't let them watch it because it's it's got some
Sexy.
adult content in there. But it's really tragic, and it's a great story.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge Brad Pitt fan,
Right, but that's like what made him.
dang. If you watch Legends of the Fall, there is no hotter. That
Cowboy
was
than Brad Pitt?
Prime
Oh,
time.
my God.
He was the hottest. He's maybe Legends of the Fall and Benjamin Button. Those two movies, Brad Pitt was in
You
a different.
loved him and Benjamin Button.
I
You
did.
really did.
Oh, I thought he was beautiful.
Oh, my
I thought
God.
That movie. Have you seen Benjamin Button?
Yes.
Have you ever seen that?
The movie annoyed me so much. I read the book and it was awesome.
Oh.
But the movie annoyed
That
me
movie
so much.
was amazing. Watching them go back in time, and I thought it was really cool. I thought it was well done, but I didn't read the book.
Okay.
Anyway, so we watched. Tegan was like, "If you're watching this, I'm gonna storm out. I'm not."
You
got to
tell them to watch like the 80s movies like Breakfast Club, which is my all-time favorite.
Yeah, Breakfast
Or
Club is
like
actually like it's adult content too.
No.
We started watching it one
Not
time.
too bad.
Yeah, watch it
Really?
again. Watch it again.
I haven't seen. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
like
forget.
something that's PG-13 in the 80s
Yeah.
versus now.
My
is
kids
so
are always
different.
like, "You do this to us every time."
I know.
So Tegan stormed out, but we watched it, and I said, I was like, it hit me halfway through it, and I'm like, this is like Yellowstone. The dad, they're in Montana or whatever. The dad is like kind of a crotchety old dad, just trying to preserve his
Yeah,
lifestyle.
the
You've got
land.
the hot young cowboy guy, and then you've got like the rigid guy that's the politician.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is Yellowstone.
That's funny.
Just in case you don't know.
Can I just tell you, I love Beth. Like, I
Oh,
love her.
she's
so
a
much.
baddie.
I love her.
Me too.
Did you ever see A River Runs Through It?
Yeah, but I don't remember it really.
Kind of like the same time as Legends of the Fall.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a really good movie. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Good one.
So I just, when you said Legends of the Fall, or when you said Yellowstone, I'm like, by the way, Legends of the Fall.
also, Yellowstone, I feel like, I don't know, you might got this, but this is like our life.
No, 100% is what this is why I related to it so much. So I'm so glad you're watching it, because all the
Oh
quotes
my
like,
God.
our job is hard enough to do without
Yeah.
having to fight the whole world for the right to do it.
You want to fight someone, you fight me.
Always,
It's like us.
always, every day.
You're John and I'm Rip.
And a lot of that was taking place during the break, and we'll tell you about it another time. But man, things are great. Things are moving forward here on Long Island. We're
it's
so excited.
amazing.
But man, it does not come without a constant struggle. And it's
Head
never
spin
dull
or whatever,
Never,
right?
I was like midnight on December 28th, waiting for things to get done.
Yeah.
Waiting for text. It's crazy. It's
It
a
is.
crazy. 2023 is going to be a crazy year.
I love it. I'm ready for it.
Alyssa gave us some predictions of 2023.
Oh, yeah, from Jeffrey Wands, our guest.
Jeffrey
before.
Wands was on Maury Povich.
Which, that's
recently.
amazing.
Yeah, well, he's a big deal. We got to go back because, Jeffrey Wands was on our show, and then he made some predictions about Brie that totally came true.
Yeah, and you too,
and
right?
Me too, because he was saying like a car thing, and I got like totally into a fender bender.
Yeah,
because I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
It was fine.
He's predicting that. Where is it?
Jeffrey Wands. Western weather bad for flying. Is that it?
Yes.
Britney Spears and J-Lo both divorce.
Oh, okay, I found it.
I mean, I don't know about J-Lo, but Britney Spears.
You don't know about J-Lo? Come on. Are you serious? We just talked about this.
I mean, she's
seriously.
We talked about it.
Oh my God.
J-Lo. Britney's
like,
poor babe.
And again, I hate to go back and say I told you so, but I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, oh, she's off the rails.
He predicted politics will be bad.
Well,
I mean,
really?
Multiple music stars to pass away, too young and too old, he said. Which I feel like there's, like we were talking about this before, like a lot of passing of celebrities.
The amount?
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Wawa.
Oh my gosh. 93?
And you know what? She's amazing. And she was I love her, of course, as a journalism major.
Yes.
She's iconic. And she was the first female to be on an evening news anchor. Like, if you ever saw the movie Anchorman.
Right.
Like, that was her.
Yes.
Paving the way,
yes.
right? Being the only woman to do that. Mm-hmm. She started The View.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was amazing. And she used to, of course, my kids are like, who's that?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm so surprised at that.
Isn't it? Right?
I'm surprised. Even Kenzie.
Yeah. Didn't know her. I'm like, but you know what? And Barbara Walters said as we're in Wellness Month, she said one of her biggest regrets was spending more time focusing on work than her family.
Oh, okay.
And she missed a lot. And that's a good reminder because the girls and I were just talking about it the other day. I'm like, your job is your job, but your priority is your family.
Yeah.
Because, after people won't remember you.
Right. Right. You can be replaced. You can be replaced at a job, but you can't be replaced at home.
Exactly. Eventually, you're going to move on or retire or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, 5 years from then, people won't remember you. And no matter how famous you are, even if you're Barbara Walters.
Right.
And so just, focus on what's important, right? And try to prioritize and balance as best you can. But she was cheers to Barbara Walters, man.
Cheers to Barbara
Thanks
Walters.
for everything you did for
goodness.
women and broadcasting and journalism. And she was a real icon and true professional.
She really was.
But yeah, there's a lot of passings, and oh my God, this whole Idaho thing, I can't with the college students.
I know.
Every day that unfolds,
I know.
I can't even talk about it. It's so scary.
So they arrested someone.
Yeah, and he was a stalker. Like, he's a serial killer.
Oh my God.
He's like a serial killer. He was getting his PhD and like studied serial killing and stalked them and was pinging it. The stories that are now starting to come out. One of the roommates actually saw him. Right. Woke up and saw him that lived.
Okay.
And then locked their doors. They weren't asleep like you heard. They were asleep. It was horrible. It was those poor kids and poor families. And I thought, it just, again, not to be morbid, like, it reminds you what's important in life because those kids were safe in their beds as a parent, right?
Yes,
they were doing everything right. They weren't doing anything wrong. And the fragility of life is real. And I think going through the pandemic and what we've been through in the last several years and what we're still going through today with, everything happening in the world, it's so crazy that you just have to take care of you and your loved ones and do your best and not be too hard on yourself.
Right. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be hard on your family.
Yeah.
Just really.
And get out there and take that staycation.
Yeah.
Take
exactly.
that staycation.
That's my New Year's resolution, I'll tell you, is to take vacation days.
Yeah, I noticed you've been putting your vacation days on there. I'm proud of you.
You have to. Mental health is important.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. And so, who knows what 2023 is going to hold? It could be, it could be great, could be bad. I think there's going to be a lot of great things and a lot of, scary things as per usual, probably. But one of the things I said in our staff meeting that I heard would be a great little tip for you, and I'm going to try and do it myself, is you get a mason jar.
I know, I love that.
And at the end of every week, you write down something positive that happened to you or your family that week, and you put it in your mason jar. And then at the end of the year, on like New Year's Eve,
I love
you
it.
go through and you reread, because sometimes you can look back and you can dwell, you tend to dwell on the negatives.
Right.
And then you'll be like, wow, that was actually, a great year.
Yeah.
And I think if you can start to dwell more on the positives than the negatives, it can really help with your mindset.
Absolutely. And then that's also super fun thing to do on New Year's Eve. Like, have everybody in your family do it.
Yeah.
I think.
And I love it. And maybe your whole family can participate in what was the greatest thing that happened. And every week a different family member can contribute to that or something,
I love it. We do that at dinner, like every night. That's what we do. We sit down at the table and we say, what was the high point of today and what was the low point of today?
Oh,
with
that's
everybody.
good.
And it's so funny because like even Evie tries. I'm like, Ev, what was your favorite part about today? And she's like, Jim.
Yeah.
It's so cute. It's like, that's so important.
But it reminds you, I remember seeing a comedian one time and he was talking about the beauty of the innocence of children. And he was like, I was looking at in the rearview mirror one day and his daughter was just smiling in her car seat, looking out. And he goes, what are you thinking about, honey? And she goes, candy. And I'm like, right. Because that's awesome.
It is awesome. It's so true.
And I think, you know what? It's so crazy. It's so difficult. So we're doing Wellness Month. Sharon and I are going to be bringing you experts and talks and ideas and tips on how to live your best life, Long Island life, or life wherever you are, whatever wherever you're listening. And if you have some great wellness tips or things you want to share, DM us.
Yeah.
Because we do read your comments and make sure you're commenting on leaving us a review.
Yeah, $5 off merch.
And be sure, please, to follow our Insta and turn on your notifications because
this is amazing.
The giveaways are coming. We are going to really kick off 2023 with a bang, and it's just going to keep going from there. So we're going to be giving stuff away this month, all month. So tune in. Thank you so much. Share us, leave us a review, and we'll see you next week.
Happy New Year.